Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is me, Casey White, here in Dayton, Ohio, live on a Tuesday, not a Monday. So I decided that since, get this adjusted a little bit better here. I decided that since it was a Tuesday, we should do something fun. So what could be more fun than Taco Tuesday? So I'm going to be playing with the TacoFiesta set. And right before I came on the air, the mailman came. Here it is. Can you see? Sunshine and smiles. My paper pumpkin game. So normally I would do paper pumpkin today, because I'm really excited to get into the paper pumpkin. I'm working on a big project for February's class. Oh, I forgot to check my monitor. I was so excited about it being Taco Tuesday and coming to you guys live on a Tuesday. I forgot to check my monitor. Anyway, let me check that. But I'm working on my classes for this month. Or is this February? So I guess I'm working on, I don't know. March. I'm working on my classes for March. So my specialty class, and there we are. Okay, we're live. Good. Okay. And so I'm looking for a project to do, and I think I'm going to work on a Rain and Shine shadow box. And I think that's what we're going to do. And so I'm excited that the paper pumpkin came, because it has the 2 extra dies that we were able to buy, which are sadly sold out. If you didn't get in on them, they are sadly sold out. And I had some extras, which I also sold. So I don't have any extras to give away or to sell. But anyway, that's, I think, what we're going to work on for the project, for the big project for the month of March. So I'm excited. I got to play. And then one of my downline, Joe, gifted me TacoFiesta, which I absolutely adored in the big catalog, but I hadn't had the opportunity to buy yet. Is it in the big catalog? Little catalog. I think it's in the little catalog. I think it's in the little catalog, the mini. Anyway, so I was watching a live, and my former grandma upline, shout out to Sharon Wilcox. Hi, Sharon. Anyway, Sharon did some Taco Tuesday, some TacoFiesta cards, and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks so cool. So she did this fun fold, and it really looked complicated, and then she gave me the dimensions, and I made a card, which I'm going to show you today, and it was really simple. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe how simple it was, but it looked spectacularly hard when she showed it on her Facebook page. So good morning, Ginger. My friend Ginge is here. So we're going to play with Taco Tuesday, and next week I will show you the paper pumpkin, okay? So let me get you up in the cradle, and let me get everything switched around and straightened up on this crazy desk, because I was gone all day yesterday and I had zero time to come into the office and work, because your girl got a haircut. Yay! I was able to catch up with my sissy, and she cut my hair, so now I feel like a better looking human. You know, when your hair is not right, you just don't feel right. So, all right, that's enough about me. Let's get it up in the cradle, and let's rock and roll and play with some tacos and some hot chiles. All right, one moment, please. There we go. Move over a little bit that way. Get this out of the way. Check our lineup here. Make sure we're good. You guys can see everything. I think I'm going to bring you forward some, guys. It always seems like you never get to see the bottom where I'm working, and that irritates the snot out of me, that I can't show you what I'm working on. Okay, I'm going to switch power sources into the phone, so bear with me just a minute here. Uh-oh, did I turn you off? I don't think I turned you off. Let's see if that's good. See if that's good here. Let me just double check. Yeah. Almost turned us off. That would have been disastrous. Disastrous. Okay. Why are my comments not here? Hang on, Ginge. I know you're talking to me, but I can't read it yet. Oh, there you go. Okay. Well, I'm here. Ta-da! I'm here. Okay, and today, okay, let's get this out of the way. Okay, you've got my code here. We've got, what is today? The 21st, so we have 7 more days of February. And 7 more days of February means you have 7 more days to place an order for celebration. I did just go online, and sadly, one of the celebration options has sold out. And that would be the Dainty Delights Flowers paper, the 12 by 12 paper, which is a $50 offering. It is now sold out. So you're not going to be able to get that in your choices for celebration. So if you didn't get it, you snoozed, you lose. If you wanted it again for more, it's not available. Everything else is still available in the celebration catalog, as well as any of these items on the supplemental choices that Stampin' Up! Printed out. And these are available under the celebration tab when you go to Stampin'Up.com. If you look under the celebration tab, I think it says specials. These items are also listed, but you have to use the codes provided if you want any one of these items for your celebration. Otherwise, you'll pay full price because all of this is still in the line. And also on the announcements today, Stampin' Up! Announced that they have refreshed the clearance rack and added some stamps, which they have. I looked, there are 4 pages to the clearance rack right now, and there are tons of stamp sets on there. So if you're interested in getting a stamp set at a discounted rate, I suggest you hop onto the clearance rack and look, and it's a good way to spend your $50 to get your free stuff, or $100 if you want more than that. So remember, if you're going to place an order through my Stampin'Up.net, you want to use the February host code here. So make sure that you do that. And I think that's all the announcements for customers. There was one new announcement for demonstrators. They are having another Creativity Now, which was a 4-hour session, and we pre-ordered a stamp set and a suite, so I'm sure they'll make those announcements coming down the line. And that's going to be June 24th, I believe it is. I haven't checked my calendar to see what day of the week that is, but they didn't give us any more details except the date. So save the date, demonstrators, June 24th, Creativity Now. Sorry, I needed a drink. Okay, let me get this out of the way. And we're going to get out some tacos. And I'm going to give you some tips and trips. Now, guys, I am going to try something brand new that I have never done before. I have never made one of the cards I'm going to make today, ever. Well, that's not true. I probably made it 100 years ago when I was a demonstrator in the, a long time ago, 98, 99, 2000 era. But I'm going to wing it. I'm going to wing it on live, and I'm going to hope it works out. And if it doesn't work out, sadly, I'm going to be disappointed. Oh, I'm going to be disappointed, but I'm going to make it happen. Or I'm going to try to make it happen. Okay. I want to talk to you about some organizational things before we get started here. TacoFiesta is a polymer mounted stamp set. It's the clear mounted stamps, And that means there's that they have a little bit of a film on them. And so you know when you get your polymer stamps out that you got to give them a good little rub. Say hello to your little friends. Give them all a good little rub. So here's what I did. Okay, I opened the stamp set and I got most of the stamps out that I wanted to use. I know there's a couple more I'm going to use in here for class today. And I got a big block. What is this? HIJK, Where's my glasses? I can't read what block this is. This is an E. This is a big E block. Okay. And so what I did was I took all of the stamps that I wanted to use and I put them on this E block so that they're out and they're not inside the cellophane and everything else. And then I just grabbed a couple of smaller blocks, a B and an A, and I can rip them off of here and put them on here. Rip them off, put them on, rip them off, put them on. That way, I don't have to keep going back into my case and getting them out, back in my case and getting them out. And while they were on this E block, I loved on them ever so sweetly before I stamped with them to get all of that extra goo off so that you get a good proper inking and they will take the ink well. It won't pool up. Okay, and as you can see, the only ink I'm using is black. And I have a whole tray here full of blends because I'm going to be coloring some more. But the good news about coloring and coloring is, hopefully when I do this coloring, I give you guys some little tips and tricks so that you can sort of learn how to color. You know, one of the things I love about looking on Pinterest or Demonstrator Planning Place for us demonstrators, or any place online, Stampin'Up Showcase, there's a Stampin'Up Showcase Global, I think there's another one for demonstrators. Anyway, you get to see other people's talents, and some people are just brilliant artists. I mean, brilliant artists, which I adore because I didn't have any formal art training other than, you know, like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, whatever, art class. And you don't learn a lot about light and shadows and dressing things up. So when I look on other sites and I see lots of demonstrators who've done stuff like we're going to do, and I see how they colored it, I can learn from them, and I love it because I learn lots of things that I would not have known before. You know, where to put a shadow or where to put a light or something like that. And it's exciting to me to learn how to use different blends, to put different, you know, shadings and stuff like that into things. So I'm going to show you some examples of that. Okay. Here are some of the ones that I colored and some that I started to color. So I stamped them all out. And so I'm going to show you how we go from this to this, this to this, you know, and just get some good ideas. So sit right back, grab your favorite beverage, and watch me color for a few minutes because we're going to learn some things. We are going to learn some things. And hang on here a minute. I'm going to see if I can lower you down. Okay. Let's see if that works. All right. See if that. How's that looking? Okay. Is that looking a little closer? Okay. A little closer. But I'll pop some things up for you. So I'm going to start with this lovely pepper here. And I've got, what color do I have? I've got some light Poppy Parade. So I'm just going to, you know, color in a little bit here. and give it a rest. And then I'm going to find my dark Poppy Parade. There we go. And I'm going to, oops, wrong end. I'm going to bring in some shading because I want to pull this in. I want to pull this in. These colors, I want to pull this darkness in. Oops. So I'm just going to go around, you know, sort of in a circular motion, and I'm going to pull all that in. Sort of scritchy scratching on it until the darkness disappears. And when the darkness disappears, then I know that it's blended in. I'm not worrying about too much if I go outside the lines. Okay. Because I'm going to be cutting it out. Okay. And then I'll probably have to hold that up a little bit. So you can see how the darkness is around the edges here and down this side to the point. Yeah, you can see that, I think. It's hard. I don't have good light in here to show you. And that's not lit up. I'm looking, see if I can bring some light on the subject a little bit. I don't think I can get much more light on it. But, and then I'm just going to take my white gel pen and come down the side here and just give a little, just give it a little flavor. Just give it a few dots. Just give it a little flavor. That's it. And then I would color the top. And then for the top, I'm going to use the Light Mossy Meadow. Oh, daggone it. My Mossy Meadow has come apart. See that? This is the inside of your pen. And unfortunately, it's come apart. I hate it when that happens. Time to reorder this one. Because now you have to gently coax it to come off. Because you don't want all that to come out again. This is a real pain in the patoot, girls and guys. There we go. Such a pain. And then you got to push it back down in there. Ugh. It really frustrates the living daylights out of me. I'm just going to touch the darkness here. I'm not going to close that sucker back up. And I want my dark Granny Apple Green. I'm going to go back over that and pull in some color. And that's all I'm going to do. So see how that chili looks so much better with, oh, you can't see it. See how it looks a little bit better with a little bit of highlights and not so flat. There you go. You can see that. I just like the highlights, you know. And this is, my little highlights are sinking in a little bit because it was wet with the alcohol. So I got to go back over them with the gel pen. I think this one looks better because it was dry, so you need to let these dry before you put your highlights on them. Okay, and I have to stamp his little face on there. Say, I want to show you some fun with this cactus. This cactus is a, I can't remember what it's called. Is it saguaro or something like that? You know? So we're just going to put a little bit of darkness here and there. We're just going to pull some dark in places. Well, so I'm just going to hit the highlights there a little bit. And then I'm going to go and color it in. And I think I used the light granny apple on the other one, so. It's going to be a little different color than the other one, but you can see where I'm pulling it all in. I'm not being very careful because I'm going to go back over it. And with these alcohol, oops, that's all right. These alcohol blends, it's going to dry in. Now, we're going to give this cactus some dimension. This just looks boring. Don't you think he's a little bit boring? So we are going to give him a little character, okay? Pardon me. So I'm going to take the dark mossy meadow, and I'm going to just make a few lines. And really, I'm just scribbling back and forth a little bit. I'm not making these straight lines. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just sort of scribbling. And it really wants to blend in. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab my crumb cake. And I'm going to come down here and give it a little bit of same thing. So this one looks different because I used the light green on this one and I used a darker green on this one. So you can see they both have lines. But you can see that I used a different color combo. So changing up your combo changes it up a little bit. Now I have to wait till this one dries before I can add my little thorns. You see my little white thorns that I added on this guy? Get this guy a little closer. I have little white thorns because these cactus are, you know, they're thorny, right? So aren't those cute? But you can't do that till it dries. So we're going to put that one aside. And now I'm going to color some tacos and some burritos. Okay. And I'm using a combination of colors here. I've got crumb cake, I've got light daffodils delight, and I've got dark daffodil delight. So that's what I'm doing with the tacos and the burrito. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over this edge here with the crumb cake where all of these dark marks are. Okay. And now I'm going to go in here with my dark daffodil delight. And I'm just going to outline my burrito, and I'm going to do it really heavy on one side. I'm going to lighten it up over here, so I'm going to go really heavy over here. And now I'm going to take my daffodil light, and I'm going to just, the light one, and I'm just going to start pulling all that in. And I'm going to color it quick here, so I'm going to use my other end, because I want the center of it colored real quick. See how I'm pulling in that dark? And I'm not going to go back over the center part very well at all. So I'm going to take my crumb cake, and I want to go back over that area here, because this is where I want it really, really dark. And then I take my light, and sort of blend it in a little bit. Make all those lines disappear, but the blends are still there. Okay. So there you go. Can you see the blending in there? How it's, you know, not all one shade, that some of the shades are a little bit different. I think you can see that. So I'm going to do the same thing up here. And as you can see on this one, I colored some of my lettuces dark and some of my lettuces light. So I kind of just went in and hit the highlights. You know, I really just made just tiny little dots on there just to get that lettuce. Just to get that lettuce a little bit of color. I want to use my light gritty apple green. I don't want to use the dark one. That one's dark. But see how they just all got a little bit of different shade to them? And I made some of these tomatoes. I decided those were tomatoes sticking out of those tacos. Okay, since I have the green out, I'm going to do some guac. I'm going to do some guacamole. So I'm going to take my dark mossy meadow and give it some, wherever there is a shade, just some dots. Just going to dot it. Then I'm going to take my light green and I'm going to go back over it. I got some good guac in there. Got some good guac in there. Because guac is made from what? Guac is made from avocados from Mexico. You guys, that commercial? So I'm using my dark green here. My light mossy meadow, actually. And then I'm going to take my light granny apple green. And go back in there. I'm just going to go around that avocado seed. Just around that avocado seed there. Pick up some color. I'm going to use some crumb cake, and I'm going to use some dark green. I'm just going to keep blending those colors back and forth till I get the darker green that I want. That looks good. So full stop. Full stop. So when you get it where you need it, don't do it anymore. And we're going to get this burrito. Gonna get this burrito dirtied up here with some crumb cake. I'm gonna go back over that with some dark Daffodil Delight. Do a good outline. And then I take my light Daffodil Delight and blend it all in. Bring those colors in, bring them together, get rid of all evidence of the fact that they were aligned. You want a good blend. A good blend. I think my light Daffodil Delight is about to die. I think. I'm gonna have to go back and use this end. I think before I have this class, I'm going to have to order some new markers. I have to order a few new markers, I think. Okay, I want that fold. Nice and tight. There we go. So, all right, now the only thing I have to do is my guacamole bowl and some chips. Oh, I forgot my chips. While I've got those colors out, I may as well do my chips. I got to get my chips. Want to get your chips nice and toasted. Bake your chips. I'm doing the chips with the same colors. And go back over it with the light. Just blend all that out. Chips don't have to be perfect. I'm going to eat them. Going to eat them. I think we're done with those. I need some, what have I got here? Excuse me, Cajun Craze, pumpkin pie, pale papaya. Okay. You know, I'm just gonna I'll blend that in. This is my dark pumpkin pie. You know, these bowls, these guacamole bowls, they're usually made out of a dark, like a terracotta. So I'm going to put some dark in here. Just going to put some little speckles. And I'm going to take my pumpkin pie. I'm going to blend all that. Or no, is this papaya? Yes, this is my papaya, sorry. And I think I need a little Cajun Craze touch up there. And if you want to pull some of that color out, you can go back here and hit a couple of places with your color lifter pen. If you want a couple of places a little lighter, just run over a couple of places with your color lifter. That's it. And last but not least, I am going to finish this piñata, because this piñata is going to be part of the card that I've never done before. We're going to see if I can pull it off. And I'm using in colors for the piñata. So I'm using the Sorbet, the Oasis, the Orchid Oasis. This is the Sorbet. And Tahitian Tide. And then I'm going to use some Daffodil Delight. Is this the light one? No, it's the dark one. I want the light one. Sorry. Grabbing all these. Now we're going to hit that. Oops, I forgot to color in my tail. I want these to be identical because these are going to be on a spinner if all goes well. So they need to be identical. So let's hope I get them identical. All right. And this, what am I going to do about that? Oh well. All right. I think it's been a while now. I can go back in here and put in my thorns. And I'm just, you know, making little hatches, little X's sort of, just to get those thorns in there. I'm going to go back over this one now that it's dry. You know, you see me do a lot of things on my skin. I do a lot of things on my hands and my skin because I find that sometimes things just need a little bit of coaxing. Okay. Now, I got my A block here. So I can put some faces. Hee hee hee. Y'all don't know. These faces are just so cute. But I do have to clean them. I'm sorry. I have to clean them to put them back in there. So you'll just have to bear with me for a second. I want to put all these faces on here. Okay, this one's got a smile. So I think I'll put that one here. Look at that. Is that the cutest thing you've ever seen? I'm telling you what, this set is worth the faces. This set is worth $19 just to get these 4 or 5 faces that you can put on everything. I mean, I'm going to start putting faces on everything under the sun. It's just too cute. Okay. This one's got a little smile. That one's smile is different because the eyes are open. On the chili, the smile, it's got a smile, but the eyes are closed. And then, let's see. We've got a face that's got an open mouth, like, oh, oh, oh. So we'll put that on our little cactus because he knows he's prickly. And if you touch him, oh, you're going to go, oh, oh, oh. Don't you think? And last but not least, I think there's just okay. Let's see. I'm going to put this on the avocado. Oh, a little down a little far, but it'll be all right. And all right. Now, put these little suckers back in there. All right. Thank you very much. Get this black thing closed up so I don't wear it. You know how I am about wearing them. All right. So now I have everything cut. Da, 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 da. All right, so let me put these, they're not all cut. Let me just put these aside because they're not cut. And I have to cut these for the second card. All right, so this first card I'm going to show you is, it is Long Ways. Oh, should I put them? Let me see. Hang on, guys. I have to stand up to do this. Let me just raise this back up a little bit. Hello, Miss Sharon. Okay, so this card is going to go long ways. So it is a full sheet of cardstock, and you cut it at 4 1/4 by 11. And then you score it in half at 5 1/2, and then you score it again at 2 3/4. Okay, and flip it back. So by the magic of television, da, 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 so you kind of have a Z fold, but when you close it, it looks like it's one card, kind of like a book fold. So I used my stylish shapes and cut out the little square here and put Holy Guacamole, it's your birthday. So you can see I have chips and my guacamole and a lime. And then I popped out this taco guy. And so what I want to put on the inside is, I forgot to get it. I'm having a class today, a makeup class, and the word I want is celebrate, and it needs to go right here. But I forgot to go get it. It's in the other room, and I'm not going to go get it. You guys can use your imagination, okay? I know that you understand that this should say celebrate. So we're going to put some glue down here on this little cactus boy. And I am just going to pop him down here in this corner. And I think I'm going to put, I guess I'm going to put both of those over there. I popped this guy off, so I'm not going to pop this one off. Just going to put him on there flat. And we've got a little chile here. So to finish up this card, this is the card that, the fold that Sharon had. And I'll finish off here with some guacamole somewhere in the middle, because I want to put the celebrate here. And there's some confetti in this. There's confetti in here, which I'll probably rain down after I put the word celebrate. But this is what the card looks like. So, you know, you give the card to somebody closed, and then they open it, and then it can sit up if it wants to. So, I think it's adorable. And I love that, you know, you got some chips in your guacamole. I love that you can cut those chips apart. So this would be a good birthday card. Okay, so now, are you guys ready? I hope you're ready. I'm going to try to wing this new card. Okay, all right. Alrighty then, let's get started on this new card. Oh, Lord have mercy, I'm scared. I'm scared, I'm scared. I've never done this, I'm scared. Oh, God, I'm scared. Okay, don't be scared. Again, half sheet. Okay, so same card. Okay, and then we folded, we scored it in half and scored it at 2 3/4, but I also turned it over and scored this side on 2 3/4. And then I laid it back on the machine and I cut a hole out of it. Uh-oh, where is she going with this? So, let me show you where I'm going with this, okay? This is going to be a spinner card. If the stamping gods are with me, this is going to be a spinner card. I had this idea when I was making the other card. I'm like, I really want to put the piñata in the center of that other card and spin it. And I thought, well, let's give it a try. But yesterday I was so busy. We had an appointment in the morning, and then we took my mother-in-law to Washington Courthouse to a little restaurant there called The Willow for her belated birthday. And then we drove back from there, and on the way home, my husband said, I could sure use a haircut. I said, me too. I said, hey, it's President's Day. My sister should not be working. So I called her, and she was home and available. So we drove to the Midi and got our haircut. Okay, so let me put this over here for now. All right, guys, I'm using some Daffodil Delight and some Tahitian Tide from the Designer Series paper packet, the in colors, the current in colors. And it doesn't matter which way it goes. It just has to go on here so I can see the borders. All right. So these are 2 3/4 to the score line. And then, of course, I cut down. So 2 3/4, so that's going to be 2 1/2. That's going to be 2 1/4. And then this is 4 1/4, so it's going to be 4, and then 3 3/4. Because I like quarters. I hate eighths. Although, on March 7th, we're going to do a class where I have to cut everything in an eighth, which I hate, but I don't have any choice. All right, I have never made a spinner before, ever, 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 ever. Well, like I said, maybe in my younger days, way, way, way back when. So I'm going to try to make a spinner. So I need to cut that about there. And I am going to use our linen thread. I don't have any specialty. Some of the cards I looked at, they used like little thin wiry stuff. I don't know. I did not feel like going and getting my wire or plastic thread out of my beading thing. So I'm using linen because it's the thinnest cord that we have. All right. So through the magic of television, I do not have these cut out. So guess what, guys? Hum the Jeopardy song or tell me a story. Tell me what you stamped this week, you know, or what you're going to stamp this week. Tell me something exciting. I have a 3 o'clock makeup class today. I have a 6 o'clock class tonight where we are using the Carrot is Not a Carrot card that I made a few weeks ago on my live. Remember, we turned that like into a landscape. We turned our carrot into trees and made it like a portrait, like on wood. So that's one card we're doing tonight. The other card we're going to be doing is a fancy fold with a belly band. And we're using the dainty flowers, which are no longer available on the celebration. So, sadly, you can't get those, so I hope you already got them. But it doesn't matter because you can use anything. It just so happens that I'm trying to use celebration sets in my classes. And then I already have the class. We're using Irresistible Blooms for the class in March, the first class in March. Like I said, I think we're going to do the shadow box for the specialty class. And then I don't know what we're going to do the last of March. I'll probably work on some Easter cards. I've got the bunny set here and the bunny punch, which is sadly on back order. I checked all that this morning before I came online. All right, let's not cut. Let's see if I can get this without cutting the tail. Well, let's see how good I am. And remember, when you are fussy cutting, you move the paper. Okay, not the scissors. My class that I had Saturday, that's the makeup class I'm teaching today to the one person who couldn't come. It was all fussy cutting. Every card had to fussy cut. The framed florets, which the dies are on back order till March 27th. Oh, and by the way, the Rain and Shine dies are on back order until March, I think it's the 13th. March 13th. checked on that today, because that is a very popular set. And now with the brand new paper pumpkin coming out that matches it. Oh, you guys wait till you see this shadow box I'm working on. It is so cute. If I do say so myself, it's a work in progress. It's going to be so cute. I'm so excited because we have those extra dies. I can use the frog stamp and use the die cut to cut it out and add that to my shadow box. And what I didn't know is, you know, there are new words and sayings in this paper pumpkin that I can use for my shadow box. So I might have to change it up. My sample's not glued down or anything. It's just all loose on a piece of 12 by 12 paper that I dare not breathe on and put up on my shelf. I have to be careful when I get it down so that I don't lose all my pieces parts. But I was smart enough to take a photograph. Hello. I photographed it. Okay, now let's see how good I am. Ah, crap. I told you I'm making a spinner. I forgot. These have got to go back to back, which means this has to be stamped this way. And it has to be stamped backwards. Ah, crap. Oh, man. Well, maybe I don't want to. Maybe I just want it to be crazy. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. This has to be back to back, and that has to be... Well, see what happens when you try to wing something? Ugh. See, because this little guy goes on here like this, and you put the string in between him, like that. And then I have to glue those down. And then, after I trim those, I cut my piece. Oh, man. Oh, you guys. What time is it? Okay. Let's see if we can do it. I don't know if I can do it or not. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Where's my black? Okay, guys, I am seriously winging it. I mean, we are talking about winging it. All right. So how do I get a shadow piece? Is that going to be big enough? Oh, let me see if this is going to be big enough. Ah, no, it's not quite going to. Wait, will it fit this way? No. I need a scrap piece. See if this one will be big enough. Yes, this will do it. All right, guys, told you I'm gonna wing this today. Told you, never done it before, right? Never done it. Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. Okay, I have to get this shadowed, so I'm gonna stamp this on my silicone mat. And then I'm going to take a piece of cardstock and hopefully pick it up properly. I did it. Woohoo! You can't see me patting my back. You cannot see me patting my back. All right. I'm going to color as fast as I can. As fast as I can. I did it, I did it, I did it. Okay, and now I just taught y'all something new, didn't I? Have you ever had to do a shadow image before? That you wanted to face each other? Well, that is one way to do it. That is one seriously cool way to do it. Oh. All right, guys. Let's see if I can get this colored as quickly and cut out as possible so we can put it on there. I really want to finish this card. I really want to see if I can make this card, guys. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Okay, the tail. Whoops, I used the wrong color Daffodil Delight. Well, too bad. I can't change it now. I used the darker one, so guess what? We'll just use the darker one on this one too. Because I can't make it lighter. Alright, where's my sweet sorbet? I don't want Poppy, I want sweet sorbet. I don't want Poppy, I want sweet sorbet. You guys? Ha ha ha. So did you see how I did that? I used my silicone mat. Which one of these? It's the side one. And I stamped my image. Then you put the piece of cardstock over it. And you rub that image. And then that will give you the reverse image. So that is a very new technique that I just taught you today. That you've never seen done before. Okay. Now, how fast can I cut this out? If I had a timer, you could time me. Okay, we don't want to go too fast because we do not want to cut it into pieces. We really want this to work. Guys, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. If I'm successful with this, I'm going to reward myself with some chocolate. Because why? Because last Saturday, you know, we went on the donut tour. And when we ended up at the Grandpa Joe's candy store. And I got some candy. And after church, Andy said, you want to go on an adventure? I told him, I said, now you be careful with that word. You said an adventure before, and it wasn't an adventure. He said, it's an adventure. So he decided we're going back to the candy store because he wanted some Jelly Bellies. Because they have a whole wall of Jelly Bellies, every flavor known to man. So he got a nice big bag of Jelly Bellies to watch during the Daytona 500. And I got some more chocolate. I had gotten some lemon creams, orange creams, and some caramels. And I only got like 2 or 3 of each. So I got like half a dozen caramels. And then I just got 3 of the caramel, or 3 of the orange and 3 of the lemon creams. So I got some new candy too. All right. Yahoo! Yay for me. Okay, so this little guy can go over here in the box. We'll put him in the box. We'll use him another time. And right now, we need to put these guys. See how they match? Let's see if I cut them out right. Look. See how they match? Yay me! I'm so proud of myself. All right, so I'm going to put a piece of, seriously, Stamp and Seal Stickum. Because I have to keep these guys together. I tell you what, sometimes the Stamp and Seal wants to be funky. Come on. Don't you dare get stuck. I should be doing this on my silicone mat, but my silicone mat is dirty. Okay. Gotta get these in the middle. All right, so now I have to make the little sandwich of the piñata. All right, we've done that. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Okay, so see, I've got my little piñata. You see how it spins? Ta-da-da! Can you see that? Is it spinning? Okay. Glue him down. Now, I want to use sticky. And you can use tear and tape. I don't know, should I use tear and tape? Maybe I should use tear and tape. Let me just grab my tear and tape real quick. Oh, come on. Casey, where? There it is. It's like, oh. All right. It fell off my thing. I'm taking a drink, guys. This is serious. I need to be fortified with Diet Coke. Ugh. All right. You guys, this is all new territory. Okay. New territory. All right. I want this guy in the middle. So take off my tear and tape here. I want the string to be straight and tight. Okay. I want it to be straight and tight. Then we're going to put another piece of tear tape over it. Good Lord, Margaret. All right, now I've got to get that tear and tape off of there. All right. And now I need to trim these so they don't show. And then we're going to put on this. And I wrote on the back of this, when I turned it over, I wrote top. Okay, so that way I know not to put it on wrong. Oops, don't want to put it on there because, okay. So that is going to be my top, and I'm going to put this on with seal. Because I want it to be extra gluey. I want it to hold that tape in there in perpetuity. Okay, guys. Now, I will tell you how I did this in a few minutes. Hold your breath. Okay. All right, so let me just show you how I did this. When I was making this card and I knew what I wanted to put in the middle, I took a piece of cardstock or designer series paper, I cut it and I laid it to fit this opening. And then what I did was I turned it over on the back, okay, and I took my bone folder or a pencil. I used my bone folder because I didn't have a pencil. And I went all the way around the inside, okay, all the way around the inside, so I knew where I was going to place everything. And then I got my Stampin' Cut and Emboss out, and I laid it perfectly, you know, where that trace was, ran it through the machine and put it on here. That way I knew that it was going to fit perfectly. Then when I got done, after I cut it out, put that circle aside for something else, I laid it on here and, oh, that's showing. Okay, I got to get that off. I laid it on here and I made sure everything was good. And then I used my bone folder and a ruler to get the good creases so that I knew what that was going to be. Because this card is going to fold together like this. I'm just getting these good creases here. Okay. And then we're going to cut our other little pieces, which I should have cut. Look, you guys, I did it. I did it. I did it. Look. Look, I have a spinner. See, you wind it up. And then you close it up. And then you put it in the envelope. And then when they open it, I did it on live for the first time. I did have one little boo-boo, but that's okay. Thank you for bearing with me and staying long enough to see me successfully complete it. Yay! I'm so proud of myself. I'm going to go have a piece of salted caramel chocolate, I'm telling you. Salted chocolate caramel. I don't know what it is, but it is a piece of chocolate. And I'm going to go have one when I get off live. I sure am. I'm going to pat myself on the back all afternoon. And I'm going to say good things about myself. You guys, this is so fun. I can't believe I made a spinner card. I had this vision in my head. You know, sometimes you lay awake at night and you have these visions in your head. Do you guys do that as a demonstrator? I mean, gosh, you have these, well, you don't have to be a demonstrator. You can just be somebody who makes cards. You come up with these things in your dreams or, you know. It's like when I saw the card that Sharon made, I thought, okay, after I figured out how to make it, I thought, you know what? I think I can make this into a spinner card and put the piñata in the middle. That was my idea as soon as I saw it. But I didn't know if I could execute it. And here is my idea come to life, executing it live with you today. Boy, that either takes stupidity or nerves of steel. I don't know which. But you know what? I'm glad I screwed up. I'm glad I made a mistake. I'm glad I had to do the mirror. And so you got to learn something new. And I got to put my rusty skills to work. That was fun. Because I just don't know that I've even made one. Look at that. All right, I got to get my guacamole here cut out real quick. I could have cut all of these out and then colored them right alive, but no, I'm stupid. I stamped them. I wanted to color them for you because I just kind of wanted to give you some coloring lessons that I've learned just by I Spy with my little eye. You know, the artisan design team is the one that did the tacos. She told me, she wrote down in her post what color she used. She didn't say what combinations, but I figured it out, and I think my tacos look pretty close to hers. So, nanny new. Let's get these chips cut out. This chip is kind of broken because I stamped it off the edge. So I'm going to cheat and put him in the guacamole. And nobody will ever know that he has a broken tip. Will they? Isn't anybody going to give me a thumbs up and tell me they're proud of me for figuring this out? I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me. And now I'm going to challenge you all to go and make a spinner. Ha ha ha. I do have to trim that linen cord, but all right. And you know what? I don't think I have a hat. Do I not have a hat? I can put a hat on him later. I kind of like this crazy cactus guy with a hat. I colored him so dark that you can't hardly tell. He's got those lines in him like the other guy does. And let me just tell you something. When you're cutting out this cactus guy, be careful. I almost cut the arm off the other one when I was fussy cutting him. Lord have mercy. Because there's like it's real thin down in there when you cut it. Depending on how deep you want to cut things. I tend to be a deep cutter. I tend to want it to be perfect when I'm fussy cutting. Okay. Now, what are we going to say? You know, out of my peripheral vision, this feed is delayed. And I saw something up there on the screen. I saw a hand, and I'm like, oh my God, what the heck? It was my hand, because the feed is delayed. It's kind of like seeing yourself in a mirror and scaring the liver out of yourself. Oh, heavens, I've done that. All right. That is some quick cutting. Okay, and where is my... Okay. So, I don't know. Should we put a round one? I don't know. I've got a round one here. Spectacular. I don't know if you do spectacular. No, they'll all fit. They'll all fit on there. I don't want to do the same one. I could do one on each side. I could do that. We could say spectacular. Let's switch those. I'm going to switch those. I'm going to make this the same card, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, let's get our chip and our taco. I'm going to cheat because I'm at my other desk. And my other desk has little itty bitty dots, which I, from Paper Pumpkin. So we can put those on the back. And put that in the taco. Put that in the taco. Put that in there. And I'm going to have to add some chips, I think, down the road. Does this thing say you are? Does it say your nacho? Your, okay. All right, this is the last card we're making here. We're putting this card together real quick. Quick, quick, quick. Sure, Casey. That's what you think. I've been here for hours. I'm fast forwarding you. I am tired of seeing you. Probably. All right. And we're going to... I think we'll put that there. Let's put Mr. Avocado on here. And that'll look cute. And we're going to just use the green ones in the middle here. We're going to put this guy in here. Okay. I tell you, tedium, tedium, tedium. Is the wind blowing where you are today? Oh my gosh. My windows are rattling. The wind is just whipping out there. Put that down just a little bit because I want to put his hat on him. Okay, now I just need to finish the other side. I don't think that burrito is going to go, so... Whoops. Okay, I need to stamp on that. And let's get this little chili. Let's get this little hot chili on there. And we'll be about done here. Put that on there. Put that on there. Okay. How is that? We can cheat. Put this guy on with some Stampin' Seal because he's going to go flat, but I'm going to be popping up. I'm going to be popping up the words. Okay. We'll put her in there, put him in there, and I know I've got the holy guacamole words out here. You guys. All because I'm coming live to you on a Tuesday. We are doing Taco Tuesday. And I have to clean that. Okay. Slow down, Lucy. All right, we're almost finished. Get that black ink off of there. Get the black ink off of here. Sometimes this one I've noticed wants to get caught in her tail. I didn't know that piñatas have sex, but I've decided that that piñata is a her. It's a her. Okay, my black ink is everywhere. I don't want it everywhere. Take the guacamole off. And get the spectacular. Oops, I got the wrong words. Where's my spectacular? There it is. All right. This is spectacular. My finger's in the way. If this isn't the coolest, cutest card. I wish I knew somebody whose birthday was on Cinco de Mayo. I would send them this card, but I don't know anybody. Do I even know anybody whose birthday is in May? I don't know. Maybe somebody. All right. We're done. We're done. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. All right. Let's pop these off. Because we can. Triangle those. I cannot believe I pulled this spinner card off. I am so proud of myself. Spectacular. Get all my tools back over in their hole. Okay. All right. There we go. There we go. Let's wind it up. We close it up and it's ready to go, and then we open it up and it spins. Oh my God. Ah. And then we've got this one, which will say celebrate. So, how cute are those? I'll just close that up a little bit like that. So there's your 2 cards today on Taco Tuesday. So I'm just going to lay this down here so that you can see what it looks like. So you can see it. What do you think? Did you enjoy today's cards? I hope so. And I am excited. And thank you, Sharon, for the inspiration for this fold and the modified fold with the craziness that was in my head. And so I hope this inspires you to go eat tacos or to make a fun card and have a good time. And I hope that I see you back here next week, because next week we are going to open our paper pumpkin and have a good time with our smiles, sunshine and smiles, and the new die cut. And maybe I'll have my shadow box finished by then, and I will show it to you, and that'll be fun. At least I think it will be. And I hope that it wasn't too long of a day. I hope you learned something from my mistakes. I hope you learned from my doing. I gave you some good tips today, some good coloring tips. So have a good day. Thanks. Bye. Oh, I didn't see you there, Bonnie. Yay.